Before we get into this video, I just want to go over some top comments from the last couple of videos. James B says, I just beat the crap out of this like button because I'm already subscribed. Love the videos. Don't stop deck profile madness. Well, unfortunately, we had to give you guys some awesome how to play videos, and now we're back to giving you guys an amazing deck profile of something that could top YCS San Diego. So I hope you're pretty satisfied with the content that we've been bringing out, James B. Unanimous Game says, great video, man. Love the content on 1000. And because I'm on my computer, it has like 4 blocks that I can't really understand. But in the binder videos, I understand that was fire. Well, for the people that want to buy the cheapest cards from your favorite YouTuber, the binder update is still live, and you can always check my Google Documents section. Thank you so much for the comment, Unanimous Games. Dragon Slayer 4 says, hey man, love the content. I'm a Patreon, and we chatted a bit on your live stream. Love the content, man. Cali for life. Oh yeah. How about that Yang Zing variant deck profile I was talking about on the stream? Now, one thing I hugely want to point out is welcome to the family, Dragon Slayer. We have finally eclipsed that 1 Patreon to 2 Patreons. So hopefully we get a lot more. And if you guys want so many of these awesome rewards, one of them for the ultra rare subscription is that you guys get a personalized deck profile once a month straight to you, for you, by you. You can join that Patreon subscription gang, and I really do appreciate it. Another thing we have to talk about is the top subscribers. These guys have helped me tremendously. Mad shout out to Dragon Slayer 4 for being a part of the Patreon. Their second person there, and Master Swag King. Go ahead and check out his channel as well. And then we have some awesome guys down below. I hope to add so much more. Now let's get into the video. With YCS San Diego just around the corner, people have to wonder what will be the tier 1 meta deck, or what will define the meta. There are some awesome rogue choices, and today we're going to be talking about Lightsworn taking apart. Now, I won't be attending the YCS San Diego event. You guys will be able to catch me in December in the Las Vegas event, but this is probably a deck that I would consider taking as a rogue option, seeing that it isn't a lot of sideboard options going around it, and it's a very neat deck. Being able to summon Bagooka with a Mrs. Radiant and then follow up with a Mineva and possibly game for your opponent is really scary. This deck has a lot of features going for it that I think that a lot of players will be caught off guard. And of course, Blackluster Soldier is one of them. Before we can get to this video, I know what you guys are thinking. This video is so awesome. This guy is so exciting. I must subscribe to this. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But even more importantly, since you guys are so swagged up, you're going to go ahead and hit the notification gang, because we just too strong. Without further ado, I present to you a competitive Lightsworn deck profile. Alright, so starting into the monsters, 3 copies of Raiden. Right here's fine. Everything. Kamehameha! 3 copies of Raiden Lightsworn. This card is the most important Lightsworn monster, being able to send cards from the top of the deck to the graveyard on your main phase and as well as your end phase. It's a level 4 light tuner monster, so it has some really good perks of being able to synchro summon with it as well. 3 copies of Wolf Lightsworn Beast. Now, if Raiden was the best card Lightsworn wise, then Wolf is the second best, being able to special summon himself every time he is sent to the graveyard from your deck. Next is 2 copies of Lumina Lightsworn Summoner. I actually was playing her at 1 for quite some time, just trying to figure out, do I really need her? Turns out, yes, you kind of do need her. At the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand, if you want to consider that a cost, you can special summon any of these Lightsworn monsters back to your side of the field, including herself, to loop for some either rank 3 plays or some quick link plays. 2 copies of Lumina Twilight Sword Shaman. Unfortunately, this is the only good Twilight Sworn monster that came out in the Code of the Duelist set, but it has some really good properties, being able to banish a Lightsworn monster from your graveyard to special summon a Lightsworn monster that is banished to your side of the field. It's really good. Also, the effect to send 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard every time a Twilight or a Lightsworn monster activates its effect is sauce. So Raiden plus Shaman gets you 5 cards to your graveyard in the beginning. 1 copy of Feliz Navidad. What this card does is that it allows you to tribute it to destroy 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field. Also, it's semi-like Wolf. When it's sent to the graveyard by a monster effect, you can special summon her to your side of the field. We don't run too many copies of her because she is restrictive, being only able to be summoned by a monster effect, where Wolf can just be summoned outright. 1 copy of Mineva Lightsworn Maiden. Now, this card is really saucy as well. I just don't even know how to put it. When it's sent from the deck to the graveyard, you can send a card from your deck to your graveyard. When it's sent from the hand to the graveyard, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard. So it's awesome with being sent to the graveyard by Lumina or Charge the Light Brigade, as well as Solar Recharge. And people don't know that extra card actually helps a lot. One copy of Lila Lightsworn Sorceress. It's in German, so it says Lila Hexer. Alright, I'm pretty terrible with my German. But switching this card to defense position allows you to destroy a spell and trap card on the field. The reason why we only run one, especially for this event, is because I don't expect to see a lot of back row heavy decks, but it's still a really good card and a very searchable card, and also tutorable from your graveyard to your side of the field with Lumina Lightsworn Summoner. Can I try it one more time? I sounded really bad. Lila Lickverplifer. Alright, forget it. Next. Oh, I'm sorry, not even one. My apologies. 3 copies of Fairy Tale Snow. This card is extraordinarily important, which is why I bumped it from 2 to 3. Seeing this card in your graveyard not only provides synergy for Twilight Sworn Shaman, being able to banish your Light Sworns for Snow to shut up your Shaman plays, and also is disruption to your opponent, being able to flip opponent's monsters from face up to face down defense position. This is a must-get card in your graveyard. And there were far too many times when I was playing 2 and I just couldn't get Fairy Tale Snow to my graveyard. I guess I would rather open this card than not see it at all. 3 copies of Predaplant Orphan Scorpio. And this was the big reason why I decided to go from 60 cards and kept it at 46 cards. Exactly, this isn't a 60 card build, I know, right? A deck that the TheCaliEffect could play at 60 cards and he's not, the world must be ending. But the main reason why is because in order for me to play the 60 card route, I felt that I had to run enablers at this time in multiple copies. So I'd have to run cards like Lone Fire Blossom, which isn't really great after you activate Orpheus Scorpio's effect the first time, because then they're just dead Lone Fires if you draw this without the Lone Fire. You also have to run multiple copies of Darlington Cobra to make sure that you don't mill it with cards like the Grass is Greener if that's your go-to thing. I was just like, fuck it. We're just going to run that and the Darlington Cobra and call it a day. The odds of me seeing these, or the Cobra or a Brilliant Fusion, is what, 10%? Something like that? No, it was like 30, 37% or something like that. It was a pretty good number, so I was like, I'm fine with that. Next is 2 copies of Black Luster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning. I wasn't expecting this card to be this damn clutch. Okay, so first of all, your Darlington Cobras, your Scorpio, and your Lumina Twilight Sworn Shaman are targets for BLS. The next most important thing is that it banishes your Light Sworns to set up your Twilight Sworn Shaman. Also, it's a 3,000 attack monster that probably will end your opponent. It can attack twice, or it can banish monsters your opponent's side of the field. So, I mean, like, you kind of can't run it, you know, or you can't not run it. That's too many. Forget it. 2 copies of Goblin Burt. This card is awesome. Not only is it a warrior earth monster special summoned by Invoker, in case you already have your 1,000 Blades in your hand or graveyard, it also allows you to tutor your monsters to your side of the field just by summoning them. He provides another monster for Link Father or Exceed Father. The Gem Knight Garnet. Another reason why I didn't want to run 2, I mean, I just didn't want to see bad cards in my hand, especially if I'm going to be going through a 9-round event. And Garnet is a card that you don't want to open and you do want to mill. Main reason why I'm running 46 cards is I don't want to open the Cobra, I don't want to open the Garnet, and I don't really want to mill them either. I just want to see the cards that I want to see. 1 copy of Giant Rex. This card also works very well in tandem with Fairy Tale Snow. When it's banished, it gets special summoned to our side of the field, and it's an earth monster, so it works well with Mrs. Radiant. 1 copy of Reformage Trick Clown. This is a card that I kind of wanted to run more, but it's a once per turn effect, and once you get this card cycling, you're never going to need it again. Or you're going to keep reusing it, so you're never going to need a second one. 1 copy of Heroic Champion 1,000 Blades. This goes very well with the combo, but if it's in your graveyard and you take damage, you can special summon it. And then, of course, we're going to be playing at the highest level of events, so 3 copies of Drolling Lockbird and 3 copies of Ash Blossoms Enjoy Spring. I'm just going to move them on top of these cards. Is that fine? That's good? All right. Move this. Man, they can see these fucking Ash Blossoms and all this shit. Then again, they see $200. I just go in my wallet, pull out $200, and just put it right there, all right? Is that fine? All right. 6 copies of half your wallet and probably your entire savings, if not your rent or car payment. These cards, they're just essential. I really didn't want to run them, but the applications to be able to stop your opponent And just the fact that this deck can set up so nice that having these cards in your hand probably means game for your opponent is just really, really mandatory. I can't even, just because it's a San Diego or like a huge event, I wouldn't even say that there's budget options. But if you guys really, really can't afford them and you want to take something else, you could drop the Drolling Locks and the Asher Blossoms if you have them. Play those motherfuckers. But you can play cards like more Lightsworn monsters. I mean, actually, just don't play the deck. I'm sorry. I tried. That's it for monsters. For spells, I believe that's 36 monsters. No, it's 34 monsters. It's a lot of fucking monsters. I mean, the 60 card deck ran 40 monsters, so. And then like 20 spells. For spells, we run 3 copies of Charge of the Light Brigade. I mean, that's kind of obvious. It allows you to send cards from your deck to your graveyard while also cycling through your Lightsworn monsters. 3 copies of, that's good. 3 copies of Solar Recharge. You gotta forgive me, we're using a new mat, so it's like I don't know where all the ratios or all the cards are supposed to be. So Solar Recharge allows us to draw cards by discarding a Lightsworn monster. 3 copy of Brilliant Fusion. This card allows us to summon the Seraph Knight. Soul Charge, because if you ever open this card, you're going to win. I mean, this deck is just really nutty, and Soul Charge does not make it like better for the opponent. 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army. We run quite a few Warriors, Goblin and Bird, Raiden, really cards that we want to our hand, sometimes even Thousand Blades, and then Foolish Burial, Thousand Blades, Wolf, Fairy Tale Snow, Trick Clown. There's quite a few cards that we need to our graveyard. Foolish Burial helps with that. That's 46 cards now. Again, I run 46 cards because I don't want to see my bad cards. I don't want to see my Garnets. I want to see cards that I'm playing 3 of, but I don't want to see them in multiples. Like, I don't want to see double Darlington Cobra. 46 does help with that a little bit. For the extra deck, 2 copies of Mineva. You're not going to need more than 2. It's just a really good card. First of all, if you detach a material, send 3 cards, and you send 3 Lightsworn cards, it doesn't even matter. It could be Triple Wolf. It could be Double Wolf of Felice. It could be, like, completely useless Lightsworn cards that have no graveyard effects. You're going to draw a card, so that's fucking awesome. Then, when it's destroyed, you get to destroy cards on the field, or mill 3 cards, and then destroy cards on the field up to the number of Lightsworn monsters you milled. This card makes the deck go. It's literally God, and people are probably like, you run enough targets for Judgment Dragon, why aren't you running Judgment Dragon? It's a brick. It's another Garnet. Sorry. Number 41, Bagooka. This is a card that you guys are probably going to go into more often than not opening your games, mainly because it's going to lock the opponent. This deck can make Mrs. Radiant Bagooka really easily, and, you know, Bagooka only becomes that much of a threat when Mrs. Radiant is on the field. MX Saber Invoker. This is going to tutor for the combo I'm going to show you guys later. I had enough room, so I decided to run Levier over Dante because banishing with Fairy Tale Snow, I can actually banish some pieces and then do some really nasty combos with Levier. Michael, double Omega. Michael is a really good Lightsworn monster. It also allows me to banish cards on the field, but more importantly, an effect that nobody really knows because, or nobody pays attention to because they don't run Lightsworns. You can shuffle Lightsworn monsters back into your deck to gain 300 life points. I mean, there's far and few between when you're going to need, or not when you're going to need. There's going to be far and few between where you're going to put this card in your graveyard and not use its effect because its effect is that damn good. And we don't have to worry about, you know, having enough Lightsworns for Judgment Dragon. 2 copies of Omega. This card's fucking awesome. I mean, and it fucks dolphins, so it's like, I mean, come on now. What it allows you to do is tutor your banished cards back into your graveyard and hand disrupt your opponent. The Seraph Knight's going to give you the 2nd summon. You need it for the Brilliant Fusion engine. Biko Bulker, I mean, it's a Link 3. It's really good. Proxy Dragon, really good card. I actually can make Bagooka, Minerva, the Mrs. Radiant, and the Proxy Dragon under these 2. It requires, obviously, a 5-card hand to do something like that, but that's going to require game, or it's going to be game. Gaia Saber, really good Link 3 for that's the opposite of Becold. Mrs. Radiant is awesome, and it fucks dolphins. And last is Borolo Dragon. Now, if you guys notice, my Borolo Dragon is super sexy sauce rarity. You guys wish you could have it. If you want to trade your secret rare Borolo for this Borolo, then I'd be more than happy to do it. 1 copy of Akahisic Magician. This was the card that I wasn't 100% confident on until I started reading its effects, and I was like, huh, okay, so if it points to a Link monster, you can excavate cards from your deck to the graveyard. up to the monster's link rating. So if it's pointing to a Borolo Dragon, you get the Excavate 4, which is practically fucking milling. If you declare a card name and you add all the other, I don't really care about that. It's sending cards from the deck to the graveyard. But more importantly, when it's summoned, you can bounce cards that it's pointed to your hand. So it really works really well with Kaijus. That's it for the extra deck. If somehow you can cheat and play more extra deck cards at a YCS level event, do you, boo-boo, do you. For the side deck, 3 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Let me put the ultimate in the front. And if you guys have some ultimates you want to trade for some secrets, let me know, bro. I got you on a hookup. Look, I'm hooking you up. But let me know. This card is really good for, you know, field spell disruption. 3 copies of Artifact Lancia. It's good against Evenly Matched. It's good against Infernoid. It's good against Trickstar. It's just a really good card right now. 1 Gamseal, 1 Sticky String, 1 Mad Dog, and 1 Interrupted Slumber. 1 of each Kaiju to ensure that the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber goes off. And importantly, it can banish or search one of these guys. So if I mill it, it's good. 3 copies of Evenly Matched. Card that's really good for going second. What, you want it right here? I'm just going to put it right here. Card that's really good for going... Damn, nigga. All right. Card that's really good for going second. Raigeki and Dark Hole. So, that's pretty much it for the extra deck, the side deck, and the main deck. Let's get you into the main combo. The combo that you guys are like, TheCaliEffect, why do you play these certain cards? I'm going to show you this one combo. It's fucking awesome, and it's probably the reason why I even decided to play this deck. Alright guys, I'm going to show you a 2-card combo that basically streamlines the entire deck. The cards that you're going to need is Predaplant, Orphis Scorpio, and 1 monster to discard to activate Orphis Scorpio. This is the reason why I was so, you know, driven on playing a 60-card variant and playing Lone Fire Blossom and all that, because seeing this card is pretty dope. The only reason why I didn't focus more on it, because if you get Ash Blossom, I mean, you kind of like... I'm not going to say you're going to lose, but it's a pretty, it's not a good situation. So for the monster, I'm just going to put Giant Rex in my hand. What you're going to do is normal summon the Orphis Scorpio and activate its effect, discarding the Giant Rex to special summon Darlington Cobra to your side of the field. Now, Darlington Cobra's effect is going to activate, and that's going to add Brilliant Fusion from your deck to your hand. Can I say it right here? All right, cool. I'm just going to put it right there. Actually... yeah, we're going to put it right there. Use both the Orphis Scorpio and the Darlington Cobra to Exceed Summon into X-Saber Invoker. Now, X-Saber Invoker is going to detach. I'm just going to choose the Cobra. It does not matter. And that's going to special summon 1,000 Blades to your side of the field. Use the Invoker and the 1,000 Blades to make Mrs. Radiant. Hey, I know what you guys think. You're like, dang, TheCaliEffect, and you still got the Brilliant Fusion, my nigga, you go hard. Activate the Brilliant Fusion. Now, it's kind of important that you put the Seraphonite right here, just a little bit, kind of. Activate Brilliant Fusion by sending Trick Clown and Gymnite Garnet from your deck to your graveyard. So Seraphonite's going to be summoned. Now you're going to trigger your Trick Clown. You're going to take 1,000 damage to summon your Trick Clown. And then since you've taken damage, you're going to summon Heroic Champion 1,000 Blades. The deck gets a lot more interesting from here. You can use both the Trick Clown and the 1,000 Blades. What I normally do is make Bagooka if I'm going first. And now I have a Bagooka on the field that can completely ruin my opponent. Hypothetically, we're going to say that we just have these 2 monsters on the field, and I'm going to give us another chance at summoning. And by that, I'm going to give us a Goblin Bird and a Berry Tail Snow. So the deck is going to get a lot more interesting by using the Goblin Bird or your second summon for a Seraphonite to summon the Goblin Bird to summon the Fairy Tail Snow. Now use both the Goblin Bird, or actually use the Seraphonite and the Fairy Tail Snow to summon Proxy Dragon to your side of the field. Use both the Heroic Champion and the Perform Mage Damage Juggler to summon Mineva Exalted Lightsworn. Now use Exalted Lightsworn to detach the Heroic Champion to mill 3 cards from your deck to your graveyard. So 1, 2, 3. Banish 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, well, we can banish this. Well, we'll banish that as the 7th because it's nasty. To special summon Fairy Tail Snow, and since this was banished, you special summon this to your side of the field. Now, is this monster going to do much? No, but if you didn't have the Goblin Bird, you had that in your hand or graveyard, I guess, you know, you could do that too. Now what I'm going to do is use the Goblin Bird and the Fairy Tail Snow, or Giant Rex, it kind of doesn't matter, and that's going to make the Bagooka. Huh, actually, if I had 7 more cards, if I had 7 more cards, I can summon again. That is pretty fucking dope. And what I would have did is just made the next Minerva, mill 3 more cards, and then made the Bagooka. So I would have ended with Bagooka, 2 Exalted, which would be able to activate their effect when they're in the graveyard, Proxy Dragon to protect those monsters, and a Mrs. Radiant. And this increases the defense too, right? And that makes this monster a 2,500 monster that all monster effects on the field are negated. That's literally off of 1 card, 3 cards if you, or 4 cards if you have the Goblin and Bird plus another monster, which probably is Fairy Tail Snow and Giant Rex. And that's why we run cards like that, because this deck makes so many extenders that it's not even funny. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Let me actually just show you guys that. I'm going to banish all 7 because that's savage. This wouldn't be here. It'd be this. Because I know y'all niggas be like, damn, TheCaliEffect, you a savage. I actually think I have enough right now. We're just going to say we have enough. Fuck it. I'm a cheat. If your opponent's not looking, you just throw more cards in your graveyard. Then boom. And then boom. These will go to defense. Now imagine, I mean, that's a first turn board. And you still have like a Droll and Lockbird and an Ash Blossom in your hand. If you guys would like to see a personal deck profile, or even better, if you guys want to support your favorite Yu-Gi tuber, take your ass to Patreon and look at those awesome fucking rewards. These guys get a lot of good sauce. Shout out to the 2 guys now. We got 2 Patreons that have joined, and you guys should be joining soon. Thank you guys so much. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.